Bear with me one moment, everyone. Just finish a few things.
Guess what day it is?
Welcome.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Mike.
Listen, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day.
Get happy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No.
Outside niggas over outside bitch. Don't be mad when they get some outside. Yeah. When I tell you these niggas ain't shit, they gon' fuck on anything. These niggas way too easy.
I'm convicted. How she raised a bitch. For lit. He's so big and tall. Big. Leave that. It's too easy. How she raised a bitch. Bitch. Outside dick. I dropped y'all. Too easy. I'm not scamming. I'm not. Leave me alone. What do you want? Okay, great. Jesus. Oh, crazy. Never come into someone's house and just walk in the room when you're a guest. Sad. Get outside, bitch. Speaking of which, what's up? Hello. This is gonna be a quick live-ish. I have a little time. I can always make time, like I said. Every time I'm randomly mentioned. So First and foremost, Spicoli, I woke up at 9:45 Pacific time, and I had been sent a screenshot of you and Jen's chat like for 10 minutes prior to that, I think. I don't know the exact time frame, but I wasn't in Jen's chat fucking with you. I don't have time for that, frankly, and I only fuck with people, like, the only person I fuck with it would be, like, Jen, and that would take, like, an extreme amount of effort or boredom to go on socks into her chat. Like, the only time I ever do that is because I'm literally bored. Like, and I'm not bored a whole lot nowadays, so, and you're not Jen Bailey, so I don't have the time to sit there and make a sock account, go into chat, and fuck with you, like, for what? Because you dated Muggsy? Like, I don't care about that. Like, why would I care? He had another girlfriend prior to me. Like, or after me. Before you. So, I don't know why you're concerned about me. Or why anyone's concerned about me when it comes to him. Because I've been in a relationship for nearly, like, a year and a half. Straight. So, you know, that has been over and done with. That ship has sailed. That has been buried. I'm not out here trying to take anyone's E-man, you know, and honestly, if I did, like, if there were any, like, if I were to do anything, I would do it, you know what I mean? You'd catch a picture of me out in, like, New York or something, no offense, Chris, but just saying, like, I'm not the type to, like, be sneaking around and being like, oh, I'm gonna take this bitch's E-man, like, I don't have time for that. And again, you gotta be someone that I'm upset about. We dated for 2 months. It didn't work out. This was over a year ago. Almost a year and a half ago. And I've been in a relationship since then. So, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But, Jen Bailey, you like to talk out of your fucking neck so much. It's fucking hilarious. The fact that Jen Bailey thinks that she can sit here and say that I'm old enough to know better. Jen, you're nearly 10 years older than me. You're old enough to know better that you shouldn't have put your hands on people. And you're old enough to know better that you got away with a lot because you had times where you cracked a fucking whole ass Bare Essentials, or what was it? Bath and Body Works, Bath and Body Works candle over Clint's head. The police showed up, and you don't want me pulling that for you, do you? Because I can. I will. You guys want me to? Put a one in the chat if y'all want me to pull the candle breaking over Clint's head for you. It's from prior to the breakup, where she went crazy, or really she just got on drugs real hard, is really what I believe, in my opinion. Because you don't just randomly go crazy. And the bitch was crazy prior to that. So, but to say that I'm old enough to know better, that I'm a racist, Jen, you whole ass called your white boyfriend, who will never marry you, the N-word. And everyone heard it. You're the one that has called him the F-slur. Like, you're in your real life. Calling people these names. That's what you should know better about. Honestly, the internet is the internet. If you're taking it that serious about what I've said, the words that I've used, listen, I'm not out here searching people's fucking LinkedIn's like a fucking creeperton who has no fucking life. Probably on someone's dime too, because it was about 13 hours ago. That's kind of business hours. Like, shouldn't you be at work during those hours? Should you really be looking up people on the internet's work information? Not a good thing to do. Wouldn't want people to do that for you. Paul Savage. You don't like it when people call. And you know, let me reiterate something. It's really, really bad, like, personal ideals to think that you can forgive one person like Jen Bailey for all the calls and all the sharing of your information back then. But you want to hold shit against people like me and Jules for calling your job. I only called because you said you were a mandated reporter, and CPS showed up at my house 2 days later. That needed to be investigated. Regardless if you called or not, you shouldn't have said that online. And then when people had services showed up to their house and you say you're a mandated reporter, well, that's legitimate. Like, if I said that I'm going to cancel someone's insurance policy and you insure with the company I work for, and you wake up tomorrow and your insurance policy is canceled, what are you going to do? You're probably going to contact Geico, right? Now, I'm an actual professional. I would never do that. I don't know half of your people's names. Like, if I wanted to fuck with anyone on the internet, I really couldn't do that because I don't know most people's first and last names, and I don't really care to know it. Like, I am not the kind of person that feels like anonymity isn't a thing. Like, I've defended the people like Spicoli and Habanero back when they first showed up, and, you know, honestly, I don't have anything, like, personally against those people. I don't really care that they're sock accounts. Okay, I just think that when you try to call someone out who's not a sock account like myself, it's not really an even playing field. It's not, because I put my shit out here, and my, you know, sometimes my face out here or whatever, and I don't know who the fuck you are. So when you talk shit about me, I just can't really hit you back the same way you can hit me. And, you know, life's not fair though, right? I mean, you're gonna have run into things with people all the time that aren't fucking fair. Thank you, Slender Brenda. I appreciate that. I love it too. Who is Mike? Well, if you know who Mike was the guy from Louisiana missing the teeth. I heard he has popping veneers now, like veneer covers. Like, they're not real fake teeth. It's just like the snap-on veneers. Anyways, I mean, better than nothing, right? But you remember he was married to Brandy out there, and that's how we got introduced to Brandy back then. Mike's wife. Anyways, yeah, Mike was the guy that Jen popped in the mouth, and that's why she went to jail. She didn't even go to jail for hitting Clint. She went to jail, or anything she did to Clint. She went to jail because she popped Mike in the mouth. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so she's over there telling me that I am old enough to know better. Jen, I've only called one person the N-word, and that person has since forgiven me and passed away, and that was Real. Okay, I apologized to Real the day that it happened. Okay? Like, and after. And, you know, other than that, I've never called George the N-word as much as he likes to say I have. I don't think I've called anyone the N-word on YouTube since then, or in a public platform since then. And frankly, no one's sitting here governing what anyone else is saying in their private time, so you can worry about what I'm saying in my private time just as much as I can worry about what you're saying in your private time, which is you're still probably talking about Tracy, even though she's been dead for nearly 4 years. You're probably still comparing him marrying her to not marrying you. You're Jen. You're probably still complaining about your mom's death, even though your mom didn't raise you and didn't want nothing to do with you, Jenny. Like, she didn't raise you, which is probably why you didn't raise your kids and why they literally want nothing to do with you. Secondly, or thirdly, or where are we at this number? I don't know. Yes, he was the third wheel. Well, technically, Clint was the third wheel, but then it all swapped out. Like, Jen, you should have known better than to go back to a house when you told a judge that you wouldn't go back. You know, and then you ended up instead of spending a few hours in jail or a night in jail, you spent almost 6 months or almost 2 months. Amesy admitted it was you in DMs. Jealous Spicoli is with him. Amesy admitted it. What? Admit what was me? In DMs, Jealous Spicoli was with him. Is with him? As far as I'm considered, they're not together, but I don't care. That's funny. And whose DMs? Because Spicoli said in a chat that she was big, excited, and gloating that she's had I can't at least keep Muggsy. Like, that's a flex or something. Like, okay. And And then on top of it, she said something where she can keep Muggsy, though she's never met him. And she's been with him for a year. Even though he was with Penelope like 6 months ago. So, that's weird. Again, Spicoli. It's not a flex to say that you've kept a guy on the internet for a year and you haven't met them and rode their dick. That's weird. Okay? Or tried to. Or went there and decided, I'd rather not. None of that happened. See, I've done a whole lot of that. I've met someone and said, and it was your boyfriend, and said, better not. And then I was like, oh, I got a cramp. Just excuse. Anyways, but let's not go there. Let's dial it back a little bit so people can contact their friends and tell them to maybe shut their fucking mouths before, I really stop talking shit. But that would mean that were you cheating on Penelope with like other people, i.e. someone pretending to be Sean Penn as Spicoli? That's weird. And you had a really hot girlfriend. I mean, Penelope might be crazy as fucking all hell, but she's still a lot fucking prettier than, I'm assuming, whoever the fuck Spicoli is, because they don't want to show their fucking face. So, there's that. Something in that water. Which water? Jen Bailey was drinking too much of that Ohio municipal water, right? There is something in that water. It's over the entire state, bro. Have you seen the people that come from there? We've got the living leprechaun Johnny Mac. We've got Cooch. We've got Jen Bailey. No offense, Deadly. Deadly's over there all the way on the fucking... I don't need to fight with Deadly right now. Deadly, you need to watch your mouth, though. You stop posting about that little girl. Okay? Well, I won't talk shit about you. Okay, if anything... That's your only downfall, man, is that you keep saying sexual things about a child. I don't even know if the kid's a child. I don't know. You need to stop. But he's also out there drinking that water. That Harlow blonde girl is out there who was like best friends with Bambi for like 6 months. Again, another really pretty person who's obviously crazy as rocks. Because why else? I don't know if rocks are crazy. That's a weird saying. But I don't know why else you would hang out with fucking Bambi for 6 months. I don't know. I mean, some girls that are hot like to have that ugly friend. I guess that might have been it. I don't know. It is all the drugs they have to flush down when they get raided. I thought Deadly was from Kentucky. Nah, he's on the, like, Pennsylvania, Ohio border on the Ohio side. Like, he's, like, 30 minutes outside of Philly, but in Ohio. Then who else we got? Speaking of crazy bitches, Penelope. We got George out there in Ohio just drinking all the fucking water and instead of bathing in it for some fucking reason. Like, he's afraid to bathe in it, but he'll drink it all day. He's also afraid to wash his hoodie in it. Benny, let's see. I said Benny. Oh shit. Yeah, probably. In Ohio. Hey, Chris needs to watch out because they considered calling fucking Ontario Northern Ohio, so you're not anywhere any better. Like, Toronto is considered like Northern Ohio, so... Super cow. You get the fuck out here soon before you end up becoming one of them. One of us. It's just like Google. Oh my god. Tracy and Vixie are both from Ohio. Okay, well, I'm naming the people giving your state a bad name. And you obviously both drink filtered water. Like, so. I think the filtered water is what's saving you guys. And us. From crazy Ohioans. Because there's a few in the chat, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god. I mean, who else is from Ohio that's crazy? There's more. I know there's more. Clint, obviously. Even though he's like New Mexico. But by the way, if you go to Ohio and you hang out with Jen Bailey and you get beat up by Jen Bailey, You get belittled by Jen Bailey. You have the whole out, and you decide to buy a house in Ohio after you get away from her. Yeah, that's the epitome of crazy. I don't fucking know what else that could be. I could never become that. Yes, you drink filtered water too, babe. That's probably why I stopped it. I don't even have to have a camera on and a dog hat on to play Jen. Like, Clint, can you pray for me? Dude, I'm telling you, when I get my Pookie and my fucking dog mom hat, it's fucking on for the parodies. The dog mom hat is being shipped. The Pookie, I just gotta go down to the local smoke shop and be like, got one of those crack pipes? Thanks. And then smash it after I do my parody. Like, but I don't know. This last time I used a weed pipe and I was like, Clint, help me hit this, and he lighted it like a Pookie. I had my own Clint stand-in back then. Ainsley just told her ex she wants him back. He said no, he's with Spicoli. I have the DMs. Oh, really? No thanks. On your stock account? You gonna post them? Where are you gonna post them? You wanna send them to Chris? Do you want his email? For fake DMs that don't exist? Because I never told Muggsy, I wanna be with you, Muggsy. And Muggsy said, I'm with Spicoli, leave me alone. That conversation hasn't happened. So, try again. Because I know for a fact those DMs don't exist. Okay? No, I didn't. I said, I want to be back with you, Muggsy, and Muggsy told me that he couldn't be back with me because he's with Spicoli. You really want to double down and say that there's DMs that show that? Because I must have been in fucking space with the aliens. I'm sure you have been trying to show Topher. Topher doesn't care because we don't live on the internet. But you can send him whatever you want. Clearly, you've been working on him for a while with your DMs. No, I know. Topher knows I'll just make them too. And I could show my text with Muggsy right now or my DMs with Muggsy. Like, trust me, Muggsy doesn't want that any more than anyone else does. So, I mean, does Spicoli want to send me their email? Get Spicoli@gmail.com. Hit me up, and I'm going to send you some texts. Because if you think that you have texts with homeboy telling me, I'm with Spicoli, that never happened. So, we don't want to start this war, do we? We really don't want to go down this. We don't want to go down this road, do we? I mean, just saying. Because I'm lying? Okay. Give me a message to send to. Give me somewhere to send my text right now. I bet you to God, my hand on my children, that man didn't tell me he with nobody or anything like that. In fact, last time I heard from anyone about Spicoli and Muggsy, I had gotten word that they weren't together. But, I mean, people make up all the time, especially e-relationships. So, mazel tov for them. Wow. People need to not fuck with, like, I'm not the one. Like, I play all day. Like, I'll fucking take an hour of vacation time and log the fuck out of work to fucking tell one of you idiots how stupid you are. Like, like, I got the time. I'll make the time if I don't got the time. Like, literally. Like, I have a career, not just a 9 to 5. Well, it is 9 to 5, but, well, it's not 9 to 5 anymore, but you know what I mean. It's an office job. Okay. And, yes, Jen, since 2020, most office jobs are hybrid. A lot of them are, not all of them. But if you have very good numbers and you're a good performer, and then you get to work from home more often than those agents that don't. And again, I don't sell anything. Not that I... In fact, I would probably rather be in sales because they make commission and you're dealing with happy people that want to have insurance. So that's probably the better job to have. I mean, people aren't calling you angry and like want to buy insurance but are pissed off about having to do so. I mean, maybe sometimes, but I mean, I have a saying. Okay, my saying is that sane people, crazy people call in to yell about their insurance bill. Sane people just pay it. So, that's the most negative thing I've ever said about my job. He told you when he denied he didn't want you in DMs. Again, I would love to see this because, again, must have been in Mars. Maybe I was being abducted by Chris, or, maybe one of my kids was DMing this guy, because that never happened. But again, if you'd like to see my DMs, I'm more than happy to show you them. And I will, you could call me on, hey, make a fake account. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Request me. Make the name of the account. I want to see your DMs. Okay? Request me on IG. I'll call you. You don't have to say a word. And I'll screen share you my DMs. How about that? I can, but I'm not going to. I can delete my side of the DMs. What's the point if I delete my side of the DMs? The point is, you're trying to say that he denied me, so it shouldn't matter what I've said. It should matter what he said, right? Again, this conversation isn't existent, and Chris knows that. But for fucking fun's sake, you supposedly have DMs of Muggsy telling me, leave me alone, stay out of my DMs. I have a girlfriend, her name is Spicoli, which is gay as fuck, no offense, but you said you want him back. That's not what you said, though. First, your issue was, okay, let's focus. Okay, did someone time out your other account? What happened? Why are you on a different account? Let's focus. You came in here and said, he's with Spicoli and very happy. And that in the denial of me said that. I want to see the DMs that say that. That's what we're focusing on right now. You can find probably 13 DMs from goddamn knows when of me messaging my saying, I want you back again. You can do a whole lot of cropped and editing with that. I want to see the denial because he's with Spicoli is what will make it a real DM. Hey, Lauren, what's up, girl? Trolls are bored today. Shit. That DM wasn't me, but I do read the DMs. It was 2 weeks ago. That wasn't you. Okay, so you read the DMs, and it was 2 weeks ago. Then, I mean, y'all are, let me tell you something. The hell that you are opening for your friend Muggsy right now isn't gonna go over well. Let me just make that clear. If you really want to play with me, what I'm gonna show isn't gonna make anybody look good. So how about we just take a step back? Because my boyfriend doesn't give a fuck about what you say. Okay? We have met in real life. And we give more fucks than what's in DMs or fake DMs or real DMs or otherwise. We can sit down and talk face to face about it very soon. And I want to make it clear the only reason he's not here right now, because I would win that little Reddit bet, is Clint is never going to marry Jane. Chris will be here in September. He was supposed to be here. Now, I asked him to move the date back because, frankly, my kids start school in early August, and it was just better for him to come after that. Plus, he has to go back for some personal reasons in September. So we made the agreement that it made sense for him to stay until September and then come. And that was mainly first me and then him agreeing after he thought about it. And yeah, so who's gonna win? Is there like money on that? Someone should really start putting money on it, because like Clint has until September to like marry Jen. Otherwise, we're gonna win. Oh my god, it's 10:45. And when you start to feel sick because you haven't eaten. I haven't eaten since like over like 15 hours ago. It's just hit me. Hold on. No. Lauren, Reddit was saying, like, basically saying neither will happen. Clint will never marry Jane and Chris will never come here. And they're like, which do you think will happen first? That Chris will definitely be here first because Clint's never going to marry Jen. No, I know, right? It takes work to just visit. Like, you can't, it's not just state to state. Ooh, if anything, I want to move to Canada, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Right? Oh, my stomach hurts. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna find a song to play really quick. Like, grab like some crackers or something. By the way, if Christy's in the bushes, you can come out. She don't watch us, but I did speak to Christy. Turns out she's not the one that doxed me. She made a good point as to why, because she said, why would I dox you? You could easily have just turned around and doxed me. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't, because that's what I thought, you know what I mean? But, yeah, we spoke recently and squashed it, and yeah, so yay for that. Hopefully next week we're gonna get together and take our dogs for a walk or something. And I'm actually looking into adopting Rennie a little girlfriend. Well, not a girlfriend because they're fixed, but like a friend that's a girl, because I need female energy around here. It's just, I've got sons, I've got a male dog. I'm like, I need a bitch around here, man. Ugh, I need a cracker. I need to find a song. Hold on. That's not a racial thing. I don't feel good. Okay, Jen? That's a good song. Okay, we're better. Kanye West and Taylor Swift, Tiger King. We dance up the fire with Jen. Rose and Cameron. Michael Jordan, 23, YouTube killed MTV. Killer got caught. Michael Jordan, 45, Woodstock, 99. Push the game all weekend. Climate change, like one of those are seen. He smiles over habits, like electric cars. Springs and the queen dies. YouTube killed on TV. Hello, Proof Paradox. She's a huffer or a snorter, not a sniffer. What? Doctor told me that. I was like, what? But it does work. What? What? Am I on Top Chat? I think I'm on Top Chat. Okay, I'm like, I am missing something. Sorry, I'll probably never understand these YouTube people and their negativity. I'm eating toast. I don't want to sound like a pig or whatever. But I'm in a hurry, but I'm going to be quietly eating. Why are we sniffing pads? I still can't figure it out. Okay, I'm moving on. Anyways, where was I at? Oh yeah, the fake messages. You're really trying to deflect off of Jen, huh? Sniffing alcohol pouch. I guess I could see how that would work. I have to get up and move around usually. It's like once I got up, I was like, okay. It was like sitting. That happens like when I'm at work. Like I'll be working and then all of a sudden it'll be like, hunger pain. Like totally haven't eaten for 12 hours. Because I'm really not a morning eater. So like, if I don't eat like dinner kind of late, then I wake up. If I wake up late, like later in the day, yeah, stomach will always hurt. I have no idea what you're talking about except the nausea. There's a girl named Jen Bailey who goes live excessively amounts of times a day, like at least 2, and makes no sense, and is highly offensive and racist herself. Like recently being like, where she was like, hi, what did she say about Maria? When she was like, hi Susie, hi Jen, hi blah blah blah, hi, fuck you Jen, you a punta bitch, fuck you, punta. Like, and she was like, okay, listen, white bread, you shouldn't be fucking doing that. That's racist as fuck, especially given the times, okay? I'm not sitting here trying to fucking get political or anything, but I'm a Reagan Republican, essentially. That's ever since my bringing up has started to lean more independent. But I am so ashamed that, like, Trump won, and, like, what's going on in this country with the ICE and everything. Okay, listen, here, white bread. 2 seconds. You know what? Chris, stop putting that in chat. It doesn't do anything in this chat, so it kind of annoys me. Sorry. No offense, but it doesn't do anything. That was only through that one live streaming app, which I don't use anymore. Unfortunately, that was the only good thing about it. Like, yeah. If you don't know, you don't know. So, Jen calling anyone racist given what's going on in this country with ICE, and people are just being like, it's beyond, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and compare what other ethnicities have had to gone through in different stripes of different nationalities, but what ICE is doing to Mexican Americans, people that are even legally born here, have been hogtied and fucking taken down in chokeholds in fucking the streets of LA to get put into one of those detention centers, and then they get processed out eventually because they realize that they're legal. But that's traumatic as fuck, and they shouldn't be doing that to people that are illegal. So to sit here and be a white girl making, like, in a very Midwestern state where they're probably having ICE walk down the streets, because they ain't doing that here in Tucson because they would eliminate the entire population. But, you know, they are doing it in places like LA that is a lot bigger, and while it has a very high population of Latinos, it also has a very high population. So it's gonna happen in the darkness of the night, and people are gonna... There was a video I watched recently. If you're from LA, then you know, okay? But they have, like, street vendors. Like, if you go to the Hollywood Bowl, or you go to any of the concert venues, or any event, pretty much. Like, you would going to WeHo during Halloween. Like, they have a parade, and everyone walks, and, like, regardless of where you're going in LA, any big event, you have vendors along the sidewalks that sell what we call now street dogs, LA street dogs. People know them as, they're like bacon wrapped hot dogs. They grill the onions and peppers. They're fucking amazing. And they just have, like, little fucking stations going all the way down the sidewalks when you're walking to any of these events. And I recently saw a video where it was like, I stopped, took every single person, left all of their fucking supplies, like stations for food, cooking and everything. And this kid was recording. He's like, they just took everyone. They just took everyone. And it was like a fucking ghost town, like, on that street. It was fucking crazy how quick they took people to where they're like, food's still cooking. And then they're just like, no one there. So it is amazing. But point is that this country is going through a lot of pretty much... It's crazy, okay, what's going on, and people aren't talking about it and are more focused on calling me a racist when they're sitting there making fun of a Latina in the times that we're in. Is the most fucking ignorant thing you can do. Sorry, I've been pretty ignorant and pretty microaggressive in my life, but Jen is a blatantly the epitome of white trash that's racist, okay? And, like, you're having this be your spokesperson for your little, like, anti-AMZ racist bullshit. Like, you might want to tell the racist to shut the fuck up. Just saying. Like, out of me and Jen, who do you think was actually, like, who's like, deep-seated racist, and who just says stupid shit? If you think that I'm the deep-seated racist, I grew up in Los Angeles. I'm quarter Latino. I am not black. I never have said that I'm black. Like, Jen is white bread from Ohio and has said some of the ignorantest shit about even her own people. Like, right? I'm getting hungry too. This is becoming not a fast live. This is true. It's funny. And it's funny that I constantly am told to hold on a second. Anyways. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, sorry. We all heard Jen beat the fuck out of Clint. How many times can she blame mental health? Take care of your mental health. Right? She's never changed at 4 years. No, she hasn't. Not gonna lie, I'm pregnant and starving, and she mentioned food, and I got stuck in my head on that topic. Well, you should try to get some street dogs. You can buy them a lot of places. I mean, again, I'm on the West Coast. Staff you tip while working on their mental health. Just a thought. Yeah, that might help, right? YouTube is not the place to be at if you have a weak mental health state. Like, you either come to a point where it numbs you and you stop. You learn how the reality of the internet is that it doesn't matter what people on the internet say about you, and anything that's shared about you is probably your own fault because you're the one that probably put it out there. Like most, I mean, not my doxing, like addresses, but at least one is because I gave someone my address the first time I was doxed, and then obviously people know where I work because I doxed myself there. You know what I mean? So it's like certain things like that. Like, I can't be mad. I mean, I can't get mad if it were to get out of hand and people were contacting my job, which, you know, soon you won't be able to do that because soon, all hands to God, I'll be at a different company. And it's not that I don't like my company. It's just, you know, like in my little intro says, it was just the starting point. There is bigger and better opportunities out there, and yes, that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, Jen, you keep bringing me up. You're obsessed. I still haven't really watched your parody of me. I saw it via Jules, and I was actually quite disappointed. I was actually didn't want to watch it because I thought, like, it might be triggering or might make me mad or you might actually have done a good job and I didn't want to give you any accolades. But none of that happened. It wasn't triggering because you weren't actually parodying me. I don't know what the fuck or who you were parodying, but as someone who knew you back then in 2021 that knew me, i.e. AJ, was like, that is the weirdest thing that she would have a mattress up. That was in 2020 when one of our children were having issues, and they would try to sleep in our bed, but they were also too big for that at the time. So we had a separate mattress that matched up to our bed and kind of made it just an extended, bigger bed. And that's why it was against the wall, because it wasn't always used. Now, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, though there's only so many places that you can put a mattress. We didn't have like a storage closet. Plus, we used it pretty regularly, so we didn't really want to have it in a storage closet, because then we would just have to lug it up. I mean, actually, we did have a storage closet, but it was in the apartment. There's just no point to do that, because we were using it every other night. So that was the only reason that it was up, ever. And you knew this, and I don't even know, I think it was Jen that at some point mentioned this, or I don't know why, but yeah, obviously when I had a mattress in my apartment like that, up against, it used to be up against my closet in my bedroom, like next to my closet, because when I opened my closet door, it would be behind the door, essentially. So it's like the most out of the way place to keep it convenient. And when I would go live in my room, sometimes I would move it, because I didn't want it obviously in the background, unlike Jen's bad parody. And I think one time, like, AJ came in and I had it, because again, the best place was to put it was next to like doors, because then the door would open and essentially it would just stay behind the door, theoretically. And one time I had done that, but I was live, and when he opened the door, the mattress started falling, or maybe I was just on the phone with Jen, I don't remember, but the mattress started falling, and somehow it became that I put a mattress up to, somehow, a mattress didn't, like, make the kids playing or being loud any silenter. Like, it was supposed to be like, she puts it up to make it so that we can't hear her kids. And I mean, even if I was doing that, I had like a 2- and 3-year-old at the time, so why would I want people to hear them playing? But yeah, that's not why the mattress was there. The mattress was there to be used for a mattress, and it went up during the day because I had toddler toys in my house at the time. Like, you all have seen my house. Like, in Portland, we had a full-size fucking trampoline in the living room because it was big enough to have. Like, I could have also had a full-size fucking dining table and stuff like that, but I have a level 3 autistic child. Having a fancy dining table with knickknacks and shit like that is just not in the cards right now. Having even stuff in the walls sometimes isn't in the cards right now. Like, for instance, I had a dream catcher hanging on the wall recently. That was my mom's, and it wasn't something from like my childhood. It's something she like got from a like thrift store when she was living in North Carolina. Bye, alien. Have some good food. But I just zoned the fuck out and don't remember what I was talking about. Anyways, a swimming pool. What about a swimming pool? I'm so confused. We were talking about a mattress and Jen Bailey doing a parody recently that was not good. If you want to find her channel, you can type in Jen and the Wolf Pack, and that'll take you to the Crazy Lady channel, because I don't think Jen Bailey will get you there. But if you still type in Jen and the Wolf Pack, it'll get you there. Hate people have to explain. Right, let me scroll up. I'm gonna go search for food. That wasn't a parody of you, that was Jen Pure herself. Well, first and foremost, I wore space buns in like 2020. And don't get me wrong, like I still rock up like a half space bun every so often, but that's like one of the first things Jen said to me when I met her was like, oh my god, I love the buns that you rock. They're so cute. And like all these like weird things, and I'm like, okay, obviously I have a channel, so she went and looked at my Instagram or whatever, but it's like, it's from jump, this girl was so out of pocket. It's like, how do you even know, like, my space buns, or why were you watching my old videos? Like, I just met you, like, a couple days. All of these should have been red flags, you know what I'm saying? It will cause brain rot, for sure. Love you too, Slender Brenda. Love your name. The other slender Brenda eats too much glass and it's clogging up her arteries. She's not so slender. The not so slender Brenda. So that's why I like your name even more. Like, oh. But what happened to the trolls? That was, they came and went. I hit him right there in the jaw. They're like, we're not getting the reaction that we wanted. Like, no, you're not. Because it's stupid. Like, first of all, those texts don't exist. Like, let me tell you why. Okay, number one is the person you're trying to say that I'm fighting with. I'm not fighting with that person, and I haven't had an ill text message with that person in quite a while. So there's that. I know that there's no text messages of me being told to leave that person alone because I haven't text messaged that person. The last time I was, it was purely platonic. So, you know, surprise, surprise, people can be adults. That's why I'm like, why would you want to put your friend in that position, or your e-mans in that position to out their private messages? First of all, it's not your business if you're it's not anyone's business what's in anyone's DMs. Okay? Like, it is, we are all adults. We're allowed to have private conversations with people. Chris is not my keeper nor my dad. You can't run to him and get me in trouble for talking to people. Like, that's weird. So, there's that. I just want to make sure Regina George in the skirt moment only space buns. Yeah, but Jen's not that clever. So, I'm the Regina George. Like, I'm the one that's complimenting your most ugliest possession, not Jen. Plus, if you remember 2020, Jen tried to rock those space buns plenty of fucking times and failed. She even failed then in the parody. And I don't know why she didn't shave her face for that live, but she really needs to work on her facial hair. It's getting bad. I mean, I'm up to the point where I'm starting to wonder if she's taking fucking hormones to transition because Clint likes men more. Honestly. Like, I think we've all wondered that since she came to the fucking scenes, because I know for a fact someone very close to my heart that I've also met in person that's a female from YouTube. Her old man has said more than once, okay, bye. Said more than once, hey, can you take this? Hold on a second. So, her old man has said more than once when back in the day, like, 2, 3, 4 years ago, Jeff Bailey yelling on IG at people like, fuck you, Amzy Beloved, fuck you, Jules, all those crazy ass lives, right? And more than once, her old man was like, why's that man yelling at those women like that? She's like, that's not a man, that's Jeff Bailey. And he's like, oh, fuck, my bad. Hand to God, on my children, real story. Oh, fuck. It's true, though. And, does Jen, like, it's funny because Jen always talks about, like, so this is another thing that I had clipped to me. Here, I can't play because I'm on my phone. Damn it. But it was a clip, and I'm on my old IG, and I'll even show you right now. Hold on. Where's my mouse? But see, it's this IG that I finally got into. So I was able to unlock this IG. You can see I've been having like a message from D from 2 years ago. So I can't get on my IG to play anything currently. I apologize. Who's this dude yelling at all these females? This is Jen Bailey. It's not a dude. Oh shit, my bad. Like, and the reason he was like, oh shit, because it happened more than once. So he's like, oh shit, again. Oh, she does sound manly, and she has the audacity to just be like, "Roar." And I have a question. Was she going to do a live about? Because, you know, I'm the whole, like, T-Rex road. Like, have you guys seen my T-Rex? Did I post a picture of him? Hold on. I gotta put my cards up because I just got my debit card sitting right here. I was paying my insurance bill. Anyways, here. Let's see, hold on. Fucking A. Whenever your roar feels tiny or you have a bad day, this little tiny dino will help you on your way. Remember, you are dynamite, and the world can hear the world hear you roar. That doesn't make much sense then, but this is my emotionally positive T-Rex. So, I really don't care to be referred to as a T-Rex. Like, I've owned it. Isn't he cute? Anyways, he sits at my home desk. I have a personal positivity trash can fire at my office desk. So, 2 positivity mascots at each desk. Anyways, the T-Rex one because it makes more sense at home, and he also wobbles a lot, so he doesn't sit up straight. Where my emotional support trash can fire, he sits up straight, so he can sit on my little like ledge for my knickknacks and shit at work. He is cute as fuck, right? I know you do need a Sasquatch. Okay, we're gonna find you an emotional support Sasquatch now. And the boy's dad just dropped them off, so that's why he was here. And well, he didn't drop them off, but he took them out to play. Start by because they have like no. What was that? It was a weird sound. Hold on a second. You doing okay? Oh, you dropped your light. Okay. I was wondering what that sound was. I gotta get back to work soon, but I'll open my door when I'm working. Anywho's all. Luckily, I have a late start date today, so, and I'm working from home, so. Look at me multitasking and shit. But I do need to get going soon. So, to wrap everything up, I didn't listen to much of Jen's live because I only got sent a clip and I can't play it, but I did not cuss out your youngest, Jen. Okay? Your youngest was in the background cursing out adults, which was me and you who were on the phone arguing. The people in the background, i.e. Vince and your daughter at the time, I don't know what was being said, but no one was cussing out anyone except for y'all were cussing me out, and I had only called to talk to you. So if you had a minor child at the time, you should have probably hung up the phone and parented your child and told her not to speak out of turn, that was 2 adults arguing. And I would have probably turned to your grown adult male friend and said, hey, next time let me argue with my my internet nemesis. I don't get people involved. Like, anytime that I've argued with Jen, you've not heard, like, I haven't 3-way called Chris on the line. I haven't, back in the day, had AJ get there and start yelling at her, too. So, if you don't have classy, couth people around you that know better than to yell, especially one being a child of yours, then it's probably your responsibility to stop arguing with the internet person, hang up the phone, and maybe tend to that shit. And especially when it's that child's birthday, per se, you probably shouldn't even answer the phone in the first place. What were you expecting? I didn't know it was her birthday. You knew it was your daughter's birthday, though. You should probably have not answered the phone, Jen. So, that's not on me. Just saying. Just saying. with that being said, I think it's funny that trolls are trying to cause discourse between me and Chris. I don't know why, and why you're trying to incite some sort of internet battle. Maybe you're bored and you want to see me and Muggsy fight or something, but I don't have any reason to start a rage war with someone that I dated over a year and a half ago. That's not adult. I was gonna say mature or adult, but adult came out. It's not mature or adult to do that. Like, and I don't have any reason to argue with him. So if one of his little e-girlfriends is feeling some sort of way, based on what it sounds like, you know, by any chance did you consider maybe he's just making, you know what, again, this is just gonna put me in the shit, because if I start saying he's just sending you fake texts between me and him trying to make you feel better, that's not gonna put him in a good light, and I don't think he's doing that. So I think you're just crazy. Y'all are just crazy people. Like, and I know who you are. Like, like your colors and your circles kind of stay the same no matter what account you make. If y'all have paid attention to any of this, does Hobby Narrow's green, Spicoli's purple. Like, I have videos and screenshots of you people from when you first popped up. And Hobby Narrow's always just been a green age. But anyways, like, you're pretty, it's pretty obvious those are the two just came in here, right? Like, why you care so much is weird. Okay? It's weird. Yeah, everyone needs to adult, okay? Jen needs to adult. The trolls need to adult and sit down and think about themselves, like, real hard. Because it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anything I say, it's going to put me in the shit with someone else that I don't want to fight with. So it's like, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to cause a war because they're bored, because there's not a lot of wars going. I mean, there are, but they're not interesting wars. Like, people go live about people all the time, and it's not that interesting. So like, to the Reddit person that shared, like, Maria's, like, clutching her yarn or whatever because Brooke was in John's chat on Reddit, and then the person that shared it was like, some people don't care, or like, nobody cares. Like, I don't care. I'm not even from that community to where that even means anything to me. I mean, obviously I know that Brooke and Maria were friends, and Maria and John are obviously not friends, but Maria's also friends. Again, people need to adult and realize that this isn't how adults act, okay? Like, there's plenty of people adulting right now that don't necessarily, isn't Jules friends with John? So isn't technically, like, if by those standards, like, everyone should be clutching their beehive because she's cool with, listen, because you're friends with friendly, because, I mean, you know, this is the internet with people, because that's why I always say friendly, because you get too close to people on the internet, you start calling them your friends, and that's when you start having, like, feelings when people, like, fuck you over, because it's the internet. We don't really know each other that well, you know what I mean? Like, you know each other's internet personalities, and even when you spend years being best friends with someone, do you really know them? I mean, look at Anne and Maria, for instance, or people that I have been friends with for years. Like, look at Jen and me. We've been frenemies, off and on friends for over 5 years, and she just did a parody on me and knows nothing about me now to parody. She only is parodying the person from 5 years ago that wore the space buns and had the mattress, and, like, that's not me now. So, I mean, she should have probably, like, set up, like, a Geico office and, like, screaming at every, like, at Gary the fucking lizard, and had Clint, like, I thought, like, you know, like, buy a fucking, like, a lizard jumpsuit or something from the fucking Amazon, have Clint dress up as Gary the Gecko, and Jen just flip out. Like, that would have been a good parody. Like, that would have also pissed me off. Like, but it was nothing of that. It was, like, all this old shit. Like, it's fucking, hey, you wanna go? Like, Amesy got fired for beating up the human-sized gecko. To be fair, I did realize that because I grew up living obviously in LA, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, like many attractions with the characters walking around, always hella afraid of them, okay? And I found out working at Gecko with the person that would walk around occasionally as the gecko, like at events and stuff, when it walked by me when I was going into the elevators, I realized that is still a fear that I have, is like human-sized characters. So, fun fact, I would not be attacking that thing. It scares the shit out of me. I'm laughing way too hard. I just snorted. I had to mute. But it's true. Like, you want to fucking scare the shit out of me? Dress up as like Mickey Mouse, like a full like on like Mickey Mouse. Like nope. I ain't gonna fuck with that. Like, that'll scare the shit out of me. Frogs and characters. Like, I don't fuck with that shit. I literally were like, did you guys see Gary downstairs? I was like, yeah, and I just realized that my fear of characters still exists. My trainer was like, laughed at me. Seriously, I was like, oh. And to be fair, it doesn't look very good, you know. It's not a good, like, it's a bad outfit. It doesn't, like, it's a lot of neck. Like, it's too much neck. Like, geckos didn't have long necks like that. It's just... Now I need to find a picture. I need to get a picture of me with, like, Gary, like, in the background, because I'm not going to get near him or anything. Oh my god. I'll just... Remember the frog filter? He looks so cute, though. That was cute. It did look cute on me. That was... See, every time someone calls me, like, Godzilla, like, I grew up loving Godzilla. Like, that was my shit. I was obsessed with Godzilla like a little boy. Like, that... I had Godzilla toys. I had Godzilla sheets and blankets. Like, I was a total tomboy. And my dad got me into that shit. I used to play Godzilla versus Mothra on, like, I don't know if it was Nintendo 64 or if it was just regular Nintendo. Like, so I'm all about Godzilla, okay? Godzilla was great. Godzilla is great, okay? And then, like, oh my god, I took my kids to an arcade the other day, and when I was leaving, they had this game called Rampage, and you could either be Godzilla or King Kong and, like, climb up buildings. I was like, damn it. I like, didn't see that until the end. I wanted to play it. I can actually do it. I can climb a building. Oh, shit. Like, my kids don't need to be subjected to that. Like, hey, kids, record your mom playing this game called Rampage. Look, I'm climbing the building, Jen. Like, yeah. I was like, better not. Probably shouldn't, subject them to that. I'm their cameraman, but they don't need to be mine. Like... Dude, this arcade had, like, every fucking game. They had, like, a 4-player, like, Halo thing that, like, it was pretty cool. Elton, he, like, tapped out, and I had to, like, use his... I was, like, firing 2 guns. I was like, I'm not gonna, like, fucking die. I'm playing this game for both of us. Like, he was playing this motorcycle game behind me. It must have been Nintendo 64. But, yes. What else? So the frog filter, thought I was adorable. Like, I always, like, don't really care, like, what they say negative about me. It doesn't really, like, upset me. Like, playing, like, that's like when George played, when he put up that thing with, like, what was it, Fat Bottom Girls, or that short, or something referring to Fat Bottom Girls, and I'm like, no. It's Unskinny Bop. Like, that's my fat girl anthem, okay? Like... it doesn't affect me. Like, I grew up with a fucking biker ex-Hell's Angel stepdad who my nickname for him was Fat Ass. Do you think if I could handle that at 11, 12 years old that I give a fuck what a grown man thinks about my weight now? No. Thanks to that man, at least I was conditioned to not give 2 shits. It's probably also the reason why I like got a little handsy and beat up a few men, because, you know, a little aggression. Fuck guys, but, you know. Exactly, and fat bottom girls do make the rock and roll go around. I just don't have a fat bottom. I'm not that kind of fat girl. I don't have the ass and legs. I wish I did, because then I, you know, but I don't. Like, the only time I actually had an ass enough to do anything, well, like, I was definitely more round. It was, like, during that, like, 2020 TikTok video people share of me, and it's like, yeah, I definitely had ass, though, like, but I have, you know, my body shape just doesn't have ass if I'm not round everywhere else. Like, it just, you know, I always say that I'm blessed with those, like, genes from my dad's side, because my dad was the one that had Mexican, Latino genes, and all my Mexican family members are very top heavy. Let's just put it that way, little skinny legs, like, so I definitely took from that side of the family. I don't really know them that well, but fun fact before my dad died, his dad, okay, my dad's, okay, last story time, and then I'm gonna get out of here, because I really gotta get going, even though I have another hour, but still, because I always say, like, my dad didn't know, like, I didn't know that side of the family, and it's hard to find any information on it, like, it is, but, and he didn't, but when he was, like, literally, it was, like, 2 or 3 years before he passed away, he went to, like, AAs and Narcotics Anonymous meetings, and had a really big support group through that, once he found out his kidneys were failing, obviously he had to stop using drugs, and, you know, it wasn't easy, so he went to, like, recovery groups and had support groups and did meetings for a very long time, and so he just had these outings. I guess they were, like, woodland retreats, where they would go out with other, like, NAA, like, teams or groups, like, I don't know, like, look at it like Boy Scout groups, and you meet up with other Boy Scout groups, kind of, but they were grown men, and they were all in NAA. Anyways, Narcotics Anonymous, and, or NA, I guess it's called, I don't know, and at one of these retreats, like, literally, like, 2-3 years before my dad passed, he met a guy who was a couple years younger than him, and his name was Peter Palacios, which ended up being my dad's name, and he didn't know him, and he died when my dad was, like, he died in, like, 1972 from a heroin overdose, so he died when my dad was 10, because he was born in 62, and he never knew the guy, and then obviously he died of heroin overdose. That's all he ever knew from him, about him, but in those 10 years, he, you know, because he basically was, like, flinging around with my grandma, got her pregnant, bounced, you know what I mean, and he then bounced, but not very far away, because he, like, moved to San Pedro, which is, like, a hop, skip, and a jump from Lomita, California, and, which is, like, a little South Bay town, near, like, Long Beach and everything. So he left from Lomita, went to fucking Pedro, maybe always from Pedro, I don't know, but he ended up marrying a Mexican chick back out there, and they had a couple kids, and one of them was named after him, Peter Palacios, and that was the fucking dude that my dad met at this retreat. So he meets his half-brother, essentially, and with that, like, we were all welcomed in. Like, I did a couple Christmases with them. Like, their mom was the sweetest lady, like, total, like, Latina, barely spoke any English still, but, like, made the best fucking food, and was so fucking sweet. And we would go to her house for, like, a couple of, like, I think Thanksgiving and Christmas one year, and then as he was kind of declining, like, obviously, like, I didn't want to go, like, I didn't go unless my dad went, you know what I mean? So he stopped going anywhere, and, you know, he kind of rekindled a relationship with those half siblings. He had a sister as well, and I still follow them on Facebook, and, you know, like, they'll like my stuff, I like that stuff, but, you know, after he passed away, like, I just never really, like, had a reason to get to know them anymore, but, you know, for a little while there, he got to know that side of his family, so that was fucking weird as fuck. Yeah, it was definitely awesome coincidence and fate, and I think it closed mended a lot of holes in my dad, because, like, he didn't know much about his dad, so it gave him a little bit of closure there, I think. Also probably getting a little bit more resentment knowing that he just hop, skipped, and jumped down the street to have a whole ass family and didn't have anything to do with my dad. So I'm sure there was a lot of resentment there too. But, you know, his kids were awesome people. And so, you know, and obviously he wasn't very active in their lives either because he died very much when they were very young as well. So it's not like that he brought them up or something, but he did, you know, have them and was with them when they were like littles, you know. But anyways, so that's how I know I'm definitely a quarter Mexican, because dad was half, just like his fucking siblings. Well, they were full-blooded, but Palacios is a Spanish derivative name, and there was the conquest of, I can't remember the exact thing, but it's when Spain, like, invaded Mexico, and they were, like, fighting, like, I don't fucking remember. I'm not a history buff. I probably bring my kid in here. He can tell you everything about it. But, you know, yeah, you know, I don't see how I can be, you know, I can say that I'm ignorant and I've been microaggressively racist sometimes and maybe blatantly racist and said some inappropriate things, but deep down I am not racist. I am biracial. I've never really fit in anywhere because of that, because not knowing also anything from that Latino side, like I couldn't really relate to the Latino girls, the Mexican girls at school. I definitely was friends with them, but when they'd all start speaking Spanish, I didn't know a look at what they were fucking saying. So, you know, it always kind of created this distance, and I didn't really fit in with like the preppy white girls either, because I just didn't. So growing up in Torrance, when I did, it was very like every class after mine was like very like multiracial, like multicultural, let's say, rather, but like every class prior, like mine and above, was like all white kids and then like sprinkled with other ethnicities. So I mean, it was typical fucking Southern California of the 90s, and then the fucking Mexicans came over and took over, and fuck yeah, because my brother like can speak a like pretty good amount of Spanish, like, you know, he's definitely more connected with that side. All his friends growing up were all Latino. Like, he basically was raised by their mothers and stuff, so that's why he can speak it, you know, and just different. 5 years makes a big difference in where we were raised. But definitely not racist, sometimes a little bit stupid, and, you know, I definitely on the internet have come numb to saying things that are highly inappropriate because it's the internet. But at the same time, I'm not nearly 50 like Jen Bailey. Like, you're old enough, sweetheart. I came to this game in my mid-30s, still as a youngin', and have grown a lot since then. Okay? Oh my god. Did you hear her call it an A1 image? Bro, I saw that on Reddit, and I almost punched my computer screen. I was like, this bitch, like, you shouldn't be able to report it if you don't know what it is. She is 047. Oh, but she's so powerful. Did you see how Savage is fucking stalking me and Maria on LinkedIn? I was like, why the fuck? It's like, your profile had a few views lately. I'm like, I wonder who's been viewing my profile. Like, as I said, I'm kind of like branching out to other companies, so I'm like, oh, I wonder who looked at it. Fucking Savage speaks. Like, why is your linked in that picture? Like, what the fuck? It's not, speaking of 2020, it's not cool to wear masks anymore, but I mean, for you it is. Okay, mask on, bitch. Keep that mask on. No one needs to see those hideous pit bull teeth that you have. Anyways, A1, like A1 sauce, exactly. But shit, I gotta get running. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm sure I will see you very, very soon. And yeah, love you so much. Bye.